Good afternoon, this is Gabriel Jackson, and welcome to BJC Mitzvah Day, number 105, Part 1, a new mitzvah, the obligation to give the half-shekel annually. And this mitzvah is found still in the second book, but a new parsha, Kisisa, which is going to have, I believe, a total of 9 mitzvahs. 4 positive and 5 negative, and this is one of the positives. Okay, here we go. Says the verse, "This shall they give, everyone who passes through the census, a half-shekel of the sacred shekel. The shekel is 20 geros, in Hebrew it's gerah, half a shekel as a portion to Hashem." When the Jewish people were counted in the wilderness, God commanded Moses not to count them directly, but rather to collect a silver half-shekel from each of those included in the census, and thereby reckon their number. Now that's still a mitzvah today, or certainly halacha, not to count people directly. 1, 2, 3, you don't do that. You can say not 1, not 2, not 3. You can say a verse. Like, for example, the blessing Hamotzi Lechem min Haaretz in its entirety is 10 words. So if you want to count for a minute, you go Baruch Atah Hashem, Genu Melech Haolam, Hamotzi Lechem min Haaretz. So we'll see that this counting of the half shekel served 2 purposes. The silver thus collected was to be used in the construction of the Mishkan, the tabernacle. The above verse is taken from the passage in which the commandment is set forth. Although the direct meaning of the passage refers to the census taken at that time, the sages in Tractate Megillah found reference in these verses to an independent annual tax of a half shekel. The funds raised in this tax were designated for the communal offerings in the temple, in the Beis HaMikdash, and related expenses. Since the source of this mitzvah is found in the passage that speaks of the census, many of the laws relating to the mitzvah can also be traced to the verses in this passage as the Chinuch sets forth below. And my joke is, we really do want the Beis HaMikdash, the temple, to be rebuilt, because then there'll be one shul for the entire Jewish people, and then the funds needed, right, the dues is not $2,000 a year, but just a half a shekel, half a dollar, because it's from everybody, they'll have enough money. But when you have thousands upon thousands of shuls, so then membership is a lot more expensive. We are commanded that every Jew who is 20 years of age or older must give, whether he is poor or rich, the value of a half shekel, which equals the weight of 10 silver gerah each year, to the hands of the Kohanim. As it is stated, we are commanded, as it is stated, this shall they give, everyone who passes through the census, a half shekel of the sacred shekel. The shekel is 20 gerah, etc. The Chinuch details the designations of the funds that were collected through the annual half shekel collection. The treasurers would place all the collected monies in a chamber in the temple, and they would withdraw money from there for the purpose of buying the following items for temple use. Chinuch begins with the regular communal offerings in the Beis HaMikdash, the animals for the daily Tamid offerings, the Musaf, literally the additional offerings, and any other offering that is offered for the community of Israel, as well as the accompanying Nesachim offerings. Right? So he says, in footnote number 11, every ola, which is the offering that completely gets burnt up to God, and shlomim, which gets shared amongst the kohanim and sometimes the people bringing it, must be accompanied by a mincha, a meal offering, and a wine libation. These accompanying offerings are referred to collectively as nesachim, libations. Any communal offering that was offered as an ola or shlomim thus also required accompanying Nesachim offerings. Okay. We will continue with this mitzvah, God willing, tomorrow. Thanks for listening to Response Feature Mitzvah 36, 100 for the gold. See you tomorrow.